Hi, Rick Martin. I'm here with Paddy Tickner.
That's it.
Paddy's got a really interesting story. He started his own company. He's only 19, lives on the Hibiscus Coast. And hey, Paddy, tell me your story about how you started this new business. It's called DumpJunk.
Yeah, that's the one.
How do they get hold of you? Just in case they've got some junk?
Yeah, so they can get hold of me through Facebook advertising, stuff like that. We have a website. Pretty much my story is actually kind of a bit of a random one. But I went to Christchurch University this beginning of last year. Found out it wasn't for me. I wanted to start something a bit entrepreneurial and have a mate who's a really successful window cleaner. And
his name is? Give him a
his name is Asher. We'll give him the props.
Yeah, Asher, the window cleaner.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah.
And we were just talking, and he said, "Look, I see a bit of a gap in the market. No one was doing this on the Hibiscus Coast, and yeah, I just started hauling junk with a trailer and my little Mazda 3. And then now we've got a truck. I'm hopefully getting an employee soon. And yeah, now we've done probably about 80 to 100 jobs in the last 5 months.
Yeah, so people see you on social and they ring you up and say, hey, you go to their house and pick up all their junk.
So we just pick up anything from green waste, household junk, anything. We get in there and just take it all away. They don't have to do anything. They can sit back and relax.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point of it, is that they can sit back and relax, because getting rid of junk is quite tricky. Either you get the bags or the skips, or hire a junk team like us. And yeah, that's what we do.
But not all of it's junk.
No, a lot of it we do repurpose. All of we that's our main goal, to be honest, is keeping as much stuff out of landfill as we can. We repurpose a lot of goods. Just today, we donated about 2 trolleys worth of clothes to the Salvation Army.
Well, that's good. Down in Karapiro?
Yeah, that's the one in Whonga.
That's Karapiro, Stanmore Bay.
Yeah. And then all of our metal gets recycled at the scrap yards.
Right.
And then, everything else we can donate, we will. I've even redone a few couches and sold them off to locals for cheap.
Yeah.
And yeah, just our main goal of keeping stuff out of landfill.
So is it possible to make money out of some of the stuff you sell? Or?
There is, yes.
Okay.
Although I try and keep it relatively cheap, because I'm not really... I don't really feel the gain of repurposing that stuff for money. I'd rather just go to a family that needs it. That's where I sort of get my satisfaction from.
Right.
But yeah.
Good. And so you grew up on the Hibiscus Coast, and
I did.
You went to school there as well?
Yes, so I was originally born in the UK. I came out here when I was 4.
Yeah.
Just went to Red Beach Primary, and then I went to Ora College, and then went to uni, and now
right. And you did all right at school?
Yeah. All through school I was okay. I was never really interested in school, but I never did badly in school.
Right.
But I always thought school wasn't that important, but my grades were always good.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
because I think it was before Christmas. I saw your ad come up on my social, DumpJunk, and I thought, man, so I rang you up and I said, hey, come around and get one of these Young Gun mugs, and you only lived a kilometre up the road from my house.
Literally,
And I thought it's just so refreshing to see a young man who's really just stopped being a student to get out and have a go. And
Absolutely.
I think it's start with your car and a trailer. There's there's multi-billionaires out there that started out of their mum's garage.
I think I was literally down to I bought a tow bar for my Mazda XLR, and I think I was down to about, I think it was $50 in my bank account, in my whole bank account, so no savings, no credit. Literally I just went all in. I was like, look, I need to make something of this. I don't want to work for someone else. I decided, look, I'm just going in. And now obviously that's just taken off, and here we are.
So with the university thing, because there's a lot of kids that I come across that have gone into university, done a degree which they may or may not finish. A lot of them don't finish it, and they ended up with a student debt at the end of it. But you were doing like finance or something?
Yes, I went down there for finance and then changed to accounting, and I changed a few times, and that just showed I didn't know what I wanted to do. And that's when I thought, I was like, why am I going into something, putting myself in debt, which luckily my parents were happy to cover, so I was lucky in that situation. But I thought, well, let's not put them in more debt. If I don't know what I want to do, at least just come home think about it.
Yeah.
And then if I wanted to go back, I can. You know, you don't have to go to university at this age.
Yeah. So what are you going to say to an 18-year-old now that's, the last year slot's gone, they're all out. Or maybe they're sitting at home going, they've left school and they're going, because my daughter, when she was 18, she said there was so much pressure. She went to Orewa, and there was so much pressure from the universities, because I saw them, they all come into their school.
They do, yeah.
And because of your customers.
Yeah. Exactly.
And they're pushing, hey, we've got the coolest university, come on down.
Yeah. What I would say, your question was what I would say.
What do you say? If they're in there now and either they're really enjoying it, they're loving it, or they're not.
I think I'm it's the same as a lot of people. I think it's really important to go to university if you want to be as a select, like a doctor or a lawyer or something that you kind of, they've almost forced you to have a qualification, right?
Yeah.
But if you really don't know what you want to do, and I'm a big believer in school doesn't prepare you for university. It doesn't prepare you for, the outside. There's so many different things outside of school, right? And it really doesn't broaden your knowledge of opportunities. It kind of just forces you down the alleyway of uni or work, right? Yeah. And so if you really don't know what you want to do, and it's not that doctor, lawyer thing, I'd just take a step back and just look at how many options you have outside of university. Don't put yourself into that much debt and commitment if you really just don't know.
Yeah, so it's a reckless thing to do.
It is,
I said to one of the other people that I talked to, and I said it's a reckless thing. He said, or actually she said, my parents were so insistent that I do it.
Yeah.
And she did communications, and she said the world of communications now, 12 years later,
it's different.
It's so different.
Yeah.
Look at this, like 12 years ago, I don't know if there was people doing podcasts 12 years ago. Now there's 4 million podcasts.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm with you. Take a year off.
Yeah.
Go and work in a bar.
Exactly. Just do something, and even if it's not something like what I'm doing now, I wouldn't say is super enjoyable to me, as in the actual junk removal. No. But it's giving me the skills of, building a brand, building a business, helping people out as well. That's what I also find so much fun. Yeah. When people give me good reviews and they're like, thank you so much for doing this, it makes me feel fulfilled. And it's just learning so many skills that I wouldn't have if I didn't go this route,
Yeah, I see this is like your apprenticeship for your next business.
Yeah, exactly. This is stage one,
So with your accounts, you're running cash flows, how much you're making every month?
Yeah.
So you can Excel, just on an Excel spreadsheet or?
Yeah, no, I've got Xero all set up,
good,
and
okay.
I'm in talks with accountant quite often, just sort of so I know what's going where.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're tracking well. I would
say. You're busy.
Yeah.
You were saying that you're talking to a school about doing some work for them as well.
Yes, I've done a previous job for Upper Harbour Primary School, and I'm in talks. I need to go and quote a job at Wairau Intermediate. Yeah. So I like doing those bigger commercial clients. Good on you. Which is fun.
You're on the right track, and you'll you'll look for that thing that you love doing, whether it's this. I don't think I thought you're a unique guy, and when I met you that day at our place. And I thought, well, this guy's got a lot of potential.
Thank you.
So I think you watch in another 10 years, because I think you're quite smart. We haven't tested you or anything, but we've got a test thing out the back. It gives you a little electric shock.
Yeah.
And I think you're pretty smart. So you'll take this. The people you hang out with, which is really important. Obviously, Ash is quite a inspiration to you as well.
I have been very inspired by what he's done.
And that's a guy that's your age. That's running 3 gangs of guys doing house washing.
Yeah. He's expanded from just himself, window cleaning. Now he's got 3 guys, as you say, 4 trucks. Yeah.
See, at your age, I never would have thought of doing anything like that.
No.
People go and get a job. They go and get a job. Well, starting a business is a lot easier than
it is. Yeah, I think in this period that we're in now, I think it's a great opportunity for young guys to start a business as well. I think I think just the social media about it, you can post so much about it. There's a lot of people on the coast as well that will be supported by their parents and stuff. So the fact that we don't have so much responsibility at this age in terms of having to look after a family or whatever, we don't have that stress. Being able to just go out and try things. If it doesn't work, okay, let's try something else, We don't have that extra burden on us, so we can just try things, So that's also another thing why I'd say to young guys to start. Because
do you know other people your age are just sitting at home?
yeah, I know other people that don't even have a job. I mean, there's also people complaining that right now is such a hard time to get a job.
Yeah.
So it's like all the more reason to just try to start something.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
It doesn't have to be anything major. You don't have to like commit 100% to it, but just try. You know,
there's plenty of jobs out there.
Yeah.
Like I bet I could, and I'm really old. I bet I could go and get a job tomorrow,
Really?
and it might be just sweeping or working in a thing, you know, a takeaway or something, you know. But I'd get a,
there's
I'd
a lot
get
of
job.
people there out there that are also just saying there's no jobs because they can't be asked to go and get one.
Yeah. So that's a thing with young people now, you think?
I'd say so. Yeah. A lot of, you know, I go to jobs and they say, "Oh, I wish my son was out there working or whatever."
Yeah.
And they do. A lot of people are saying that young people are becoming lazier.
Yeah, but I think we made them lazy.
You reckon?
Oh, yeah. I think because you think my generation's the wealthiest generation to come through,
Really?
and yours will probably be even wealthier because we'll give you all our money.
Yeah.
You're on my will now. So you think you're doing the right thing from them, you know, buying them a car and helping them get a job, and all you're doing is actually institutionalising them.
Yeah.
Because they go, well, I don't have to do anything for myself. You know, they've never had to book a ticket for themselves to go anywhere, never had to pay for anything. So I think we've been my generation's been well intentioned.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have that when we were kids. We thought, you know, but it's not necessarily good for your generation.
Yeah. No.
And you know, if I sat around at home when I was a kid, when I was your age, and didn't have a job, well, I'd get a kick in the ass. You know, they wouldn't believe it. That my parents would have gone, "Are you sick? Why are you at home?
Yeah.
You know, take your temperature. Oh, the kid's sick. Let's go." Yeah.
Yeah. You mentioned you had quite a lot of jobs before.
Oh, yeah, I'd had. By the time I was your age, because I left school at 15 over at college, I thought I was the dumbest guy in my class, which I may have been. And I was probably, there was no Ritalin there or something, or getting kids tested, but I probably would have been. And by the time I was 18, I'd had 18 jobs. And I said that to my dad one night, and you could see he thought I was
crazy.
No, he was disappointed.
Yeah.
He goes, I've only had 3 jobs in my life.
Yeah.
But I thought, well, I've never been unemployed.
Exactly. You were so employable, so that's always a good thing.
Yeah. Like I would think you'd go and get a job pretty. If you wanted a job, you'll probably never work for anybody else again.
Yeah, I'd like to think so.
I would say that's the truth. So, and the student debt thing. So you've got friends that you're probably a little bit before that. So there's older people than you that have finished their degree or not and stuck with the debt, because that sticks with you there forever, right?
Yeah, I mean, mine, as I said before, I was in the lucky situation that my parents were backing me. So mine's already been cleared. I don't have any debt already, but I don't.
But you'll probably pay them back when you become really wealthy.
Yeah. Well, I should think so.
Because you know, part of the Young Guns Club, you when you made your first million, you pay me 10 grand.
Really?
Yeah, that's the membership
unwritten
fee.
rule, yeah.
Unwritten rule. Well, you may not pay any money, but you know.
No.
But I don't need the 10 grand, but I thought it'd be a nice gesture.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But, you know, always look after your parents. So.
Yeah, no, I'd love to.
So where do you see yourself in, like, what's happening this year? Just going to build the business?
Yeah, honestly, I really do need to set out goals and plans, because I think that's something that I have in my head, but I need to write down on paper, because then obviously you can work towards them. But in the rest of this year, I think the main goal for me would just to be to build the business up to a point where I can almost step back from it and then do, you know, all of the marketing, all of the phone calls, leads, all that sort of stuff, and just have guys out there doing the actual work, all the physical stuff, because
so scale the business.
Yeah. That way I can have more time to think about what I want to do with the business. You know, I'm more time behind the computer, growing the business, I guess. But that would be a cool goal to have in a year.
But there's plenty of capacity for this business.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Like there's Junk to Go, and they're the big dogs of junk removal.
Big dogs.
They have
junk dogs.
Yeah, no. They have 4,000 5-star reviews or something. Promo, by the way, Junk to Go. Here, I'm giving you a promo.
Yeah.
They've been in the business, I don't know, 10 to 15 years.
I've never heard of them before.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, that's you don't. You know, they're not marketing the same way I am. So I guess that's how you figured out of me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought, okay, these guys are obviously so dominant, but obviously I'm still finding my way in the market.
Yeah.
So
the thing is, people are lazier now, and they want somebody to do everything for them. That's why, you know, you've got Uber Eats and you know, people bring stuff to your house, but they want you to take it away as well. I don't know what they're doing. They're just sitting there looking at their phones, you know.
Yeah. No, it's I guess with the because I market on social media. That's another aspect that. Me being young, I guess that's helped me because Junk to Go doesn't advertise on social media and things like that.
Yeah.
So that's also where I've seen a little gap.
Yeah. And what about AI, driving inquiry through AI? Or?
I have thought about that. Yeah. I have tried to build my own AI integration, but it didn't really work. And I think it would be a great aspect of the business as it would differentiate me from every other business.
Yeah.
But I think people also like the authenticity of speaking straight to me. I've had a few feedbacks from like customers saying they like just going straight to the boss. They can you know talk straight to me. They don't have to go through so many levels. And I think for now that's really good as I'm still this small. Maybe in the future, once I get bigger, I can incorporate AI.
The Theo, who was here on one of the other podcasts, he talked to a friend of mine, Mike Johnson, who's done a lot of work in Australia with AI.
Okay.
And he gave him some ideas about how to drive inquiry to his website.
Yeah.
And now he's getting orders every day out of Australia. Mm-hmm. So you don't want orders out of Australia,
but
you want more. And that's the thing is, you know, when it's probably a balance. You don't want to turn the tap on too quick.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you get lots of inquiry, then that means there's somebody else you can cut in for a slice of the action. And
absolutely.
They could be working for you, like you said. Work on the business, not in the business.
Yeah, so. No, that's that sounds good.
Yeah. So where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, hopefully I've managed to almost completely leave DumpJunk to run itself. I still want to own it. I don't really want to. Obviously, if it came to a point where it was valued enough to sell it, I would sell it. But I think having it in the background and just running itself would be awesome. Yeah. You know, passive income, and then I can set up something else, use the money from that to go into something else. And what I've recently really enjoyed is making videos and like camera stuff. Yeah. So maybe. Now
you got your own podcast too.
Yeah, exactly. You know, we can go into this sort of stuff. Yeah. Maybe in 5 years I'll be hopefully traveling around the world, taking photos, videography, and that's something I'd love to be doing.
Yeah, so. What I found is when I was probably my 30s, I set out a 5 and a 2 year. And I thought I was I thought I was so unrealistic. Yeah. And I wanted to earn, $1.2 million a year in 5 years. Yeah. I'd done that in 2 years.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I tell you, it sounds corny. It is really amazing what your mind will do if you put a goal line, goal
work to it.
Yeah. I tell you, and that's the biggest thing I see people that they just don't. They'll just go to work every day, but there's no goal. Yeah. And the mind's an amazing thing. You stick in the right direction. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, do you want to give your company another push?
A little promotion?
Yeah, got some junk around your house called Paddy?
Give me a call if you are in need of junk removal.
Yeah.
We got me and another guy who will come around to your house, clear everything, make sure it goes to the right places. Our goal is to keep everything out of landfill. Hit us up.
Good.
DumpJunk.
And for another young person that was listening to this podcast.
Yes.
That's like, 18 to 20, and they're thinking, I could never start my own business. What do you got to say to them?
Look, I'm just like any other kid. I'm just like any other guy. Just start something. You never know where it's going to take you. You never know who you're going to meet. Just get out there. It's really not that scary once you get going. Just start is all I can say.
Just start. Anything's possible.
Anything is possible. Yeah.
Great to meet you, mate.
Awesome.
Take care.
Yeah, you take care as well.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me. Always a pleasure.